toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hip hard legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Sean Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
Thanks for tuning in to Sports Fans Only. See Andy back with another video. On deck, Derrick James. This is nothing new, just something I want to touch up on. Derrick James, he says that Errol Spence would have knocked out Manny Pacquiao. I totally agree with that. We all know that Errol was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao a couple weeks ago, but that didn't happen. He pulled out because of the eye injury, and then Manny Pacquiao, he had to face Ugas. So, a lot of people were saying that in that fight, it was weird how a lot of people switched up, and they were saying that Errol Spence definitely wasn't ready for Manny Pacquiao. Many people were saying that he would probably get stopped in that fight. If he didn't, if not stopped, he'd probably just survive and take a beating and get bruised. But even Manny Pacquiao's his strength and conditioning coach, he kept talking about it. He said all the surprises that they had for Errol, that they were ready, they were going to bring the pressure, and they never, that Errol had never seen the speed of somebody like a Manny Pacquiao. To me, it was total disrespect. They just, even though Manny hadn't KO'd anybody lately in the last couple years, I think he caught Lucas Matiste a couple years back. Besides that, probably like 7-8 years with Manny Pacquiao really KOing somebody. So it was just a lot of people seemed like they flipped on Errol Spence, let them tell it was going to be a cakewalk for Manny Pacquiao. Even Bernard Hopkins was chiming in. He was saying that he thought that Errol was ducking, that he just wasn't ready. He was backing out of the fight, that Errol was not being a coward, but in a sense, he was just like, Errol bit off more than he can chew and wasn't really ready. Now he's turned tail and don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao, when doctors, they did verify Errol Spence did have an eye injury. So we all know that wasn't the case with that. So even though Manny looked like that fight against Ugas, he looked like a shell of himself. He was struggling to get his offense off. Ugas was controlling Manny easy with the jab. He was also he was just flicking that jab, nothing hard, just kind of keeping Manny within distance and range. And he was parrying a lot of those shots, parrying most of Manny's offense. Manny really couldn't get off. No disrespect to Manny Pacquiao, he just wasn't himself that night. And he did have some excuses, which I didn't like. He made a couple excuses, but to me, it's just age. Age is something that everybody, we got to go through. I think Manny, he'd probably be better off probably fighting some exhibition fights with Floyd. He was constantly getting clocked with that right hand. We all know that. I agree with Derrick James. He definitely would have got beat up. I think he would have got probably stopped. If not stopped, he might have got hurt real badly against Errol. Errol has the better timing. He has more power. He controls the distance better. He's just a much more aggressive fighter. I think that would have gave Manny a lot of trouble. Ugas was like he was real defensive, but he fought real smart, and he pulled the trigger almost perfectly in that fight. He was landing a high percentage because he was throwing a punch that he knew he would be able to catch. Manny just couldn't block the right hand. I can't believe him keep saying that he just couldn't block that right hand. Even though Manny, he's against Errol, we all know he would have faced a lot. Errol would have pressed that fight a lot more. He would have pushed. He would have kept Manny on the back foot more. It wouldn't have been so much parrying shots. Errol would have been leaning back, inviting Manny in, and timing him with that left hand, hooks to the body. So it wouldn't have been a good night for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's level's down right now. At this point in their careers, Errol is he's levels up, and he continue to go higher right now. Even when he come back from this injury, he's probably gonna go out and do his thing and probably take it up a couple more notches. And a lot of people, they made a big deal about the sparring that Errol done. People saw Errol get hit up a little bit, but in sparring, you never know. In sparring, you can spar at the end of a long day. That helps you in fights. So when somebody takes you in the deep water in the fight, you've been there through sparring. You've trained, you've swam, you've chopped wood, you've hit the mitts, but you spar at the end. So you never know exactly what was going on there, what they were working on. And then another thing, sometimes you may train and then you may spar 3-4 people in one day. So you don't know if that's the first person that Errol was sparring, or the fourth or the fifth. I don't know what it was, but I think a lot of people made a big deal out of that when it was nothing. It was really just Errol getting in work, preparing for Manny Pacquiao against somebody young coming forward trying to stop him. So at the end of the day, I agree that Manny Pacquiao, he would have been stopped in this fight by Errol Spence. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't see him going 10. Ugas didn't step on the gas and take him out, but this would have totally been, I think, annihilation of Manny Pacquiao. So I would advise Manny Pacquiao stay away from the likes of Crawford, Spence, just a lot of the young fighters. I don't think he's ready. Even some of the younger fighters, maybe even like a Ryan Garcia coming up, blistering speed, power, punches to the body. So I think Manny should probably hang it up. Salute to the Filipino war general, the Purple Heart Soldier, but I think his time is done right now as far as facing the top-notch competition, and I don't see him being able to do much with Ugas when they have a rematch, supposedly trying to come along in January. I hope that fight doesn't come through, and I hope that we can get maybe Manny Pacquiao can get what he wants. He can finally take on Errol Spence. So be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, hit the like button. Sports Fan Zone.